Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. It's yours truly, Pastor Safety. We are in the building. So excited to see you all tonight for our singles night. Listen, I need everybody that comes on to like, tag, and share. Tag some single people. Mama Turner is in the building. Tag some people. We are having the conversation. Tag people that go to other that your friends. We invite family. This is like a friends and family night. This is like call your friend up and say, hey, get on. This is that kind of night. Get everybody on. So I want to make sure that we get everybody on and go forward with that tonight. I'm so excited. I know y'all see the top of my head. Don't judge me. But we're trying to get some people on. So I'm tagging people. I would love for y'all to tag people. Make sure everybody is in the building and in the place. We are so excited about tonight. It's going to be phenomenal. As y'all come in, make sure you like, tag, and share. I'm so excited to see you all tonight for Singles Ministry Night. It is going to be great. It's 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 going to be great. I'm tagging everybody I know. Like I did at Highlight a couple of times. I tagged a couple of people, and we are talking about it tonight. I do not want anybody to miss what is going to happen in the conversation. So as you all are like tagging and sharing coming in, make sure you let everybody know all about what's going on. We are excited about it tonight. Mama Turner, thank you for being first in here. As we go forward, we are tagging as we go forward. I appreciate all of you all for doing so as we go in on tonight. Thank y'all so much. Listen, y'all say something in the comments to me. Tell somebody, say, have you ever been bitter? Drop a one if you've ever been bitter. Drop a one if you've ever been bitter. Now, the definition to bitter is that you have gotten to a place that you got a mindset of not wanting to even a mindset of dissatisfaction to the point where you would reject it before you try again. That's bitter. Yeah. Talk about it tonight. Talk about it tonight. If you have have ever experienced that, as far as being bitter, and different things like that, make sure that we get to that on tonight. We want this to go out. We want people to be involved and to go for it on Singles Ministry Night. So excited for everyone that is a part, everyone that is here. God bless you. Uh, and we're going forward. So it is so awesome to see you all tonight. Drop a one in the comments if you are have ever experienced bitter. And I'm typing it in. Type it in y'all group chats to let people know that we are here. Yeah. Type it in the group chats. We're allowing a few moments for everybody to get on and get on the board. So excited that everybody's here. Mama Turner, thank you so much. Dropping that in the comments. We're going to get started in a few more seconds. I just want to do a couple of notifications to let people know that we are on, that we are on, that we are on, that we are on. Ginger Decor, you in the building. Hey, Ginger from Louisiana. God bless you. Good to see you tonight. The singles are talking tonight, Ginger. The singles. We're gonna have a real talk with the singles tonight. So we have you dropped your one in the comments. Don't be at odd with bitter. You've ever experienced being bitter. We're gonna be talking about it tonight in full detail. And I'm so excited about what is going on and what is going through. Listen, I got two more messages to send. Like I said, I'm inviting people. Ginger, invite somebody you know. There you go, Ginger. You already on it. Before I can say it, you doing it. Look at that. God bless you, Mama Turner. You done put a whole paragraph for people. I hope they better get on too. Tell me you don't want to miss this. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. We are excited about tonight. Excited about what God is doing. I've been busy all day, but I'm not too busy to talk to the singles. I'm so excited. Listen, all right, let us pray. We're going to go ahead and get started. They're going to jump in when they jump in, right? But I'm so glad that y'all are here. We're going forward. We're on live on Facebook and YouTube. If you're on YouTube, you got a comment, so we know you there. If you're on Facebook, you got a comment, so we know you there. So everybody got a comment, right? But thank you. Not you, definitely singles. Ginger, listen, we're going to talk about it tonight. We're going to help you with it. Single is not your final destination. I want to tell everybody that single, you're not settled on being single. That's going to be good by ourselves. Let us pray. Lord, Father God, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for the people that are here that are not settled on being single, that may be living a single life at this moment, but they are preparing for another type of lifestyle that you have ordained in the form of marriage and relationship. We thank you tonight, God, that this conversation will unlock doors, mindsets, and pathways that lead to your destiny partner that you have in mind for them. We thank you right now that they will learn how to attract the right one and reject the wrong one even before the first date. We thank you right now for wisdom that surpasses understanding. We thank you for even equal yokes on tonight. Teach us what our equal looks like. Show us what our equal look like. Lock us into equal. Somebody ought to put that in the comments. I'm looking for the equal. Yeah, I'm not going to be bitter because I'm not going to be bitter because I'm looking for the equal in the name of Jesus. And we thank you right now that you're doing great things with your people tonight. Bless everybody that's single. Give them hope. You're not hopeless. You're hopeful. Give them help. You're not helpless. You're helpful. And give them destiny partners, somebody that can go with me into all stages of my life. I'm not just with you for this season. I'm with you for a lifetime. I need a destiny partner. That means that no matter what the destination is, you're always with me. Destiny partner. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen and amen. Listen, I'm so excited tonight. Ginger, Mama Turner, and the most of y'all. Y'all is on here, but y'all is not saying nothing. Why I can't see the comments? Come on, y'all. I see my numbers going up, but I don't see the people. Y'all come in. It's singles night, and we are here talking to the singles. You'll see me keep tagging people as they fall into my mind, so I let them know that we are talking to the singles tonight. But I'm excited and delighted about what God is doing. Listen, we're going to jump right into it. I asked you to put a comment or one in the comments if you have been bitter in relationships. And I want to say this, that everybody has a reason why you're single. Don't be bitter about your reason. I need you to type that in the comments for yourself. I won't be bitter by my reason of single. Some people are single because of divorce. Some people are single because they were with somebody that hurt them deeply. Some people have a reason why they're single. I don't want to do it. Or I want to do it, but I ain't find nobody that's equal enough for me to do it. I was looking at Dear Future Wifey, one of my favorite podcasts, and there was this one woman on here that was married to this man, and she said she prayed a prayer 2 weeks before she met her husband, and she said, "Lord, I'm tired of wasting my time." Oh man, she said, "I'm tired of wasting my time getting dressed up, going out, putting on your best foot forward to go out, and there's nothing there." So I want to start there. Don't two things. Who is tired of wasting their time? Drop a 2 in the comments. If you're tired of wasting your time, you're tired of going through the rigmarole. I'm tired of going on first dates, wasting my time. Tired of going on second dates, wasting my time. I'm tired of being in relationships, wasting my time. If it's not going anywhere, it's a waste of time. If it's going crazy, this thing, is it an attack against the future, or is this a red flag I need to pay attention to? So sometimes it's not wasting time, it's paying attention to the flag. Oh man, y'all don't want to talk back to me tonight. It's okay. You got to. So if you're tired of wasting time, I need y'all to put that in the comments. Come on, y'all putting it in. I see the 2s coming in. You're tired of wasting time, and energy into something that should be better. Yeah. But dating is training and it's vetting. Anytime that we try to hire, I'm in HR, so let me explain that. Anytime that I'm trying to hire somebody, we do multiple interviews with multiple people until we find the right person to select. You can't be bitter and not date properly. Some people say, "Are you dating?" I might be dating more than one person, right? Doesn't mean that I'm out here in the streets. It just means that I'm vetting at this point. Like I may go to lunch with one and I may go to dinner with the other, or I may get coffee with somebody. That does not mean that I'm with a lot of people. That just means that I am vetting. And how do you vet? You vet is a date. a real date. This is not a weekend trip date. This is not this is not like something it should be expensive to vet. Like you say you want to go to the steakhouse, you want to go to Fugo de Chao, you want to go to Ritz steakhouse. No, this is a vetting. We're gonna sit down and we're gonna go somewhere. It might be 2 and 20 involved. And you need to be okay with that, because if you can't handle 2 and 20, you sure can't handle Ritz. Because I'm gonna be the same person at Ritz that I am at Chili's. Y'all don't want to talk. If you don't like me at Chili's, you sure ain't gonna like me. Some people are hungry and they want to use your money. Ooh. So make sure that you're not bitter. Okay, so wasting time and bitter. So I want to go ahead and jump into where we are. What we're talking about is great information. That information is coming to you live. I've been talking to God about some things, and God's been talking to me about some things. And I just want to let y'all know that the things he talked about, I'm going to talk about to you. It is important that we understand what he has to say about being bitter. If you have a reason for being single, don't be mad at the reason, but find out the solution to the reason. So for me, I was married and I got a divorce, and that's why I'm single. And I have been dating, I have been in relationships, and I have been vetting. All of these things have came to me still not being married at this current point. So that means that if you're not married, now you may be in committed relationship and stuff, but I'm not married at this point, right? So in that process of vetting and dating and all this other stuff, I had to realize that my reason was my breakdown of the institution of marriage is not my disqualifier for being married again. It was experience I needed to be a man. I grew up a lot because of that. And I feel like I'm a better version of who I am now because of what I went through there. Even though I could have been a horrible person then, I have redefined and rebuilt my character and integrity to the point where I don't try to operate in the same way I did. I learned something. I built something that matters. And so I'm trying to be better than I was. Perfect? No, you'll never be perfect. But I was bitter for a moment because I was like, everybody's the same. You blame everybody based on one somebody. You can't blame everybody on one somebody. You got to have to know that everybody is not the problem, right? And so that's what we got to do. So my first point in today's, everybody has a reason. Those that are coming in, I see a reader coming in. God bless you, Minister, Elder Reader. I'm sorry. I see that when you have to deal with your reason of being single, it can make you bitter if you think about the reason too long. Sometimes it's pain and things attached to it. But in order to move on, you got to let bitter go. So my first thing I want to talk to y'all about is stop wearing single like a bad tattoo. Single is not a tattoo that everybody can see. And I got a lot of people, they get a tattoo because of pain. They get a tattoo because something bad happened. I'm going to remember this. And I'm a tattoo. I mean, some of us have spiritual tattoos called from a bitter place, and you'd be like, I promise every time I see this, I'm gonna remember what I'm not gonna do in my next relationship. Well, you might have this tattoo and it represents shame and it represents pride from a place that happened before. Bitter will have you stuck in a place that happened before. If you're gonna move forward, you can't be stuck. You're gonna have to leave the bitter alone and stop showing everybody your tattoo. Do you cheat? Because my last relationship, they cheat. I've been cheated on. This is my tattoo. I'm not gonna deal with nobody that's got kids. Well, the person that might be your destiny partner might have kids. I'm not gonna deal with nobody that got bad credit. Okay, they can fix that. I'm not gonna deal with nobody that just work a normal job. They gotta make 6 figures. Well, everybody's not making 6 figures. So you only talking to a small percentage of the population. And most people that make 6 figures, they didn't always make 6 figures. And they're probably married to somebody that don't make 6 figures. So while you over here tripping about somebody that don't make six figures, the person that makes six figures is married to somebody that don't make six figures. So, and then if just because they make six figures don't mean they have enough money to bless you with those six figures, because six-figure people spend a lot of money too. And so if you got big car note, big house note, big thing, they might not have extra money. What you want is somebody that has extra money. Yeah, you want somebody that you can be comfortable in your lifestyle. Like you're trying to vet, can they handle me financially? So stop looking for six figures thinking that that's how they can do it. Some people that make five figures actually are better money stewards than a person that makes six figures. And so you got to understand, it's their debt. Even when you go to the bank, I've seen people that have good credit scores and a lot of debt, so they don't get the loan for the house. But then I see somebody that make less and got less debt. It has a lower score, but they have better debt management, and they get the house. So you need somebody that don't have a lot of debt, and that makes them have a lot of money. Anyway, don't be bitter about. Don't be at odds with bitter. That's what we're talking about today. Everybody wants to tell their tattoo. You want to tell your story of your pain. When you go on the first date, you cannot be telling your pain story on the first date. Now, if they ask you why you broke up, okay. But don't tell your pain story on the first date. First of all, have you healed from the pain? If you haven't, you're bitter. And if you haven't healed, that means you're not whole. And whole people are not bitter people. I need somebody to type that in the comments. In order for me to be whole, I can't be bitter. Come on, put that in the comments. Somebody holler at your boy. In order for me to be whole, I can't be bitter. And I can't wear my bitter tattoo. And my bitter tattoo always is showing up in conversation. It shows up in how I respond. If you remind me of my ex, you cannot be my now. That's how people think. You remind me of my ex. Well, you might be attracting the same type of person, but is this the same person? Yes or no? Right? And so you got to understand, because your bitter attracts other bitter people too. Sometimes, watch this, only skunks hang with skunks. Skunks stink. When they release whatever they release, they stink to the point where everybody scatters. But another skunk can handle that skunk. If you don't want to be a skunk or you don't want to be around a skunk, please don't date a skunk. And so a lot of times people date people with the expectation that I can change how they smell. And I don't mean that physically, I mean spiritually. I can change how they maneuver. I can change all this stuff. You can't change anyone that don't want to change. And why do you want to change somebody? You need to find somebody that you don't have to change. Now they can grow, y'all can grow together because people change over time. The person you meet in year one might be not be the same person in year 2 and 3. But when you're trying to fix a bear, or fix a man, or fix a woman, and you want to fix them up, you're supposed to add to their life, yes. But you can't fix them and you can't change them unless God anoints you for the fix and the change. I always say when somebody comes into your life that's equally yoked, they should make you better. It's not forced to make you better. It's not hard to make you better. It's like a genuine transition. There was this dude, we were going to church in Louisiana, and he was a good dude. He was responsible. He did everything. When he got married to his wife, the reason people knew he was married is the way he dressed now. His wife picked out his clothes. It got to the point, at first it was aggravating to him, but it got to the point where he was looking like a different man. And so he was like, you ain't gonna pick out my clothes? Like when she thought he got to a certain point, you ain't gonna pick out my clothes? You ain't gonna make sure he got used to it because he understood that this is how she has came in my life and changed my dress code. I can't even go outside the way I used to wanted to go outside because she has changed the way I look at myself. He went from not caring about appearance to making sure that he represented the family. She explained to him that I'm not doing this to change you. I just see you like this. And I dress like this and you dress like you dress. I liked you the way you dressed. But now that we're together, I want you to be I want us to be what we are. This is how I see you. This is how. And so now, she never tore him down like, oh, you can't wear nothing. She was just like, hey, put this together. If he have on something that she ain't like, she ain't just say, oh, no, you don't know what you're doing. You horrible. She knew how to talk to him, talk about, hey, put this together. Oh, add this to that. She would fix what he had until he started letting her buy what he needed to buy. He began to trust her because he was safe enough knowing that she came to him not bitter, but better. Now, she told people before, hey, you got to look this way. You got to have this kind of stuff and all this stuff. But when she met him, he was not dressed like she was accustomed to. But she taught him how to dress. Now, he don't even dress himself. He lets her dress him. And we're worried about what people have on from a bitter place. I ain't finna go nowhere and be shamed. But is it the clothes or is it the person that's in the clothes? That's what we got to look at. So I'm going right here. Bitter is often a tongue tattoo. It's going to be seen in your conversation. You won't see bitter in the way somebody behaves all the time, but you can see bitter in the way they talk. Your conversation is negative about relationships, negative about people in relationships. You always say, well, it ain't going to last. It ain't going to work. But then you can't give somebody else advice when you are full of a bitter spirit. Because they're trying to do better and you're comfortable with being bitter. So you don't want anything that looks better because you don't want to try. Nobody should try. Because you don't want to go, nobody should go. This is not the time for you to give advice when you're bitter. Bitter is like poison. It'll make everybody sick. Oh, man. Tell somebody, say, bitter will make everybody sick. Oh, man. It don't just affect you. It affects everybody around you. They always talk about the woman in the house with the cats. She chose a cat over a relationship. You want to know why? Because the cats won't leave. But the cats are only there because you take care of them. If you stop feeding the cats, the older women, there's a thing. They say the older women that don't get in a relationship, they got a house full of cats. And the cats are only there because you feed them. People are in relationships because what you feed them, not natural food, but did you feed their confidence? Do you feed their purpose? Do you feed what's going for? You got to learn how to feed somebody. Men have to feed. Women have to feed. Because I'm not just with you because you're cute. I'm not just with you because you're beautiful. I'm not just with you because you know how to cook. I'm with you because you feed me something that nobody else can. Oh, man. And when you're bitter, you're feeding me poison. So it's hard for me to survive you because bitter is killing us. You drain the life out of somebody when you're bitter. And your tongue tattoo is always going to be the way you talk to somebody. You know somebody that's bitter by the way they communicate. They don't just say it something mean. They say it to cut to the white meat. They say it to tear down. Before you can even have faith for a relationship, they will put negative in the relationship. Bitter people always tell people, I am not going to put up with nothing. But if you're going to be married, you're going to put up with a lot of stuff. And marriage is not easy, people. It's very hard. I've been married. If you're not willing to work, don't try to get married. If you're not willing to compromise, don't try to get married. If you're not willing to be upset and then make up later, you don't get married. If you want to have your way 100% of the time, please don't get married. Matter of fact, take your name off the list. Stop bothering God about getting married. If you're not willing to shut up, if you're not willing to be corrected, if you're not willing to be like, oh, I'm the problem. If you're not willing to apologize, don't even do it. If you're not willing to sacrifice, don't even do it. Because marriage is a daily sacrifice. I choose to be with you. Oh, man. And I choose permanently because when you come to marriage, you make it a commitment. And see, people have commitment issues, but they want somebody to commit with them. How is it that you ready to run every time there's trouble, but then you want somebody to stay with you when you're the one that's making the trouble? Troublemaker. I ain't talking about nobody. I said what I said. I'm just saying you're the troublemaker, but you don't. When the minute that they do some trouble, you don't want. Oh, it's too much for you. You can dish it, but you can't. You can't handle it when it happens. Marriage is picked for strong people. You're stronger than your feelings. You're stronger than your fear. You're stronger than uh uh people looking at you. You're stronger than an image. You will shut everything down to check on your spouse. Baby, if you think I'm talking about I want to ride or die. No, I want somebody that's gonna live and ride. Because this life keeps going. And I expect you to live with me. So you go ride and live with me. I don't want you riding down me. A lot of people, that's why they break down. Somebody died in a relationship, not a physical death, a relationship death. You stopped caring, so you died. You stopped having consideration, so you died. So you with me, but you're not with me. And then they make all the excuses in the world, and then they go ahead and say, you know what? I can't deal with. You're not married to a dead person. Ain't no life in you. Ain't no excitement in you. Bitter people are the walking dead. Oh man. Nothing moves you to have a more better life with somebody. In order to be whole, you got to live. If you live your life, it'll attract another life to live with you. Some of y'all are waiting on somebody to ask you out, waiting on somebody to wine you and dine you, waiting on somebody to blow your mind and to impress you when you're not impressing anybody because you have shut down because of bitter. Please don't shut down. Elder Tasha, what you said? Pastor Tasha said, I'm not with you because you're cute. I'm with you because you help make me better. That's right. Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie to you. Nobody wants to be with somebody they're not attracted to. Well, you know what? I ain't gonna say that. Because there's a lot of women, y'all, this is what women do. Men don't do this. But can I be honest? Women will say, he don't look the best, but he treat me right. And y'all will marry him. Y'all be like, he not my choice, but I'm gonna live good with him. Y'all will entertain an ugly dude. Men don't entertain nobody they're not attracted to. They really don't. They really don't. If they do, it's for some kind of benefit. And I ain't even finna go into all that. But men be like, oh no, I need to be with somebody. Now, they do this. They might, in numbers, right? They'll say, oh, she a 10, but I never marry her. Give me a 7. Dude, why wouldn't you marry the 10? Oh, that 10, she not wife material. She's something good to look at, but give me a 7 with a good head on her shoulders and know how to take care of a household and know how to invest in me. I can rock with that 7. Beauty is not wedding material. Oh man. That's just attraction. But when a man wants a woman, he's looking if you're pretty and not bitter. Because bitter would tear up a house. Y'all drop a 3 in the comments if you agree that bitter would tear up a house. The Bible said a wise woman builds her house. Builds her house. If you're not wise, you'll tear down the house. And bitter will tear down the house. Builder puts up walls in places where walls are not supposed to be. Why you got a wall in the kitchen when you're already in the kitchen? How am I gonna get to the other side of the kitchen? I can't get to the refrigerator to eat because there's a wall. I can't talk to you because there's a wall. I can't get through this argument because there's a wall. You bitter will go through the house and start destroying stuff. I'll destroy your trust because I'm bitter. I'll destroy your dreams because I'm bitter. I'll make you feel bad about something you've already apologized for because I'm bitter. Mm-hmm. Let me go to the next topic. Y'all ready for this? Stop being an afterthought in everybody's priority life. Bitter sometimes confuses your decision making where you choose people as you choose them as the priority, and they choose you as a secondary choice. What I mean by that is that they don't put you first. You got them in priority mode, and they got you in optional mode. I'm not an option. I'm a priority. You don't recognize who I am, then we're not equally yoked. You don't recognize what I bring to the table. I get it. I'm not mad that you don't recognize, but I've been open with you. I've shared with you. I've talked to you. I've let you know that I'm not optional. I'm a priority. And if you don't see it that way, then I'm glad you don't see it that way. I'm not going to be bitter because people have put me in option mode. I just make another option because I have other options. Single is an option. And sometimes people have opted to be single because they realize that they're not the priority, they're the option. And there's nothing wrong with making yourself the priority. The problem is, if you're going to be in a marriage, sometimes you have to make sure that you're okay with not being first, but being priority, because you don't have to be first to be priority. But the thing is that when we're dealing with options and we're dating and we're vetting the level of priority. Right? If I don't see you be there when you should be there, if you're not solid, now if you're not totally consistent, then there's a problem there. And consistency is good for me. I'm not asking you to be a 10 every day. I'm asking you to be consistent as much as possible. And if you're not consistent, then it's going to be hard for us to be consistent. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I thought it was good, Brother Courtney. What about you? A man loves consistency. A woman loves consistency. What I say it from the man's perspective, then I do the woman's perspective. The man be like, she's solid. She ain't changing up. Even when she mad, she's still solid. I can deal with something with that. Men make decisions because they're like, is she solid? Now, if you all over the place in your mind, that is very unattractive to anybody, male or female. But for men, because I can only speak as a man, when we see a woman that's all over the place in their mind, it'd be like, but is she solid though? Like we'll look at that, but is she solid? She might be emotional, she might have fits and tantrums, but is she solid? Is she gonna stay here? Is she gonna build here? Can I build with her? I don't mind you having an up day and a down day. I don't mind you having a breakdown. Get your breakthrough. I'm your strength. I don't mind that. But if you're not solid, it's hard for a man to be like, you know what, I'm gonna build a home with her. Now for a woman be looking at it like, oh, he all over the place. Y'all make decisions, be like, I don't know. But then it depends. It depends on your level of comfort. If you at a level of comfort, you will stay in something you should leave. That makes it bitter, makes you make choices that way and go from there. And so that's what's going on. You make those things to go forward and go forward. And so that's one thing. And then we go from there. So want to make sure that we understand that. I apologize for the background noise. So it was one thing. Y'all hold on 1 second. Now I'm back. Had to get the noise down. So you got to make sure that you're consistent, right? And being solid. Nobody wants to build their house on water. Nobody wants to build their house on sand. Everybody want to build their house on a firm foundation, something concrete. I know that it's gonna stand. Whether it rain, whether the flood, whether the storm, I can be safe here no matter what the condition is here. It doesn't have to be perfect, but is it safe? That's good. So I put it in the comments. Bitter is not safe. Oh. Cindy Baker, I see you in the room. Somebody put that in the comments for me. Bitter is not safe. It's not safe to be around a bitter person. It's not safe for you to be a bitter person. It's not safe for me to be a bitter person. It's not safe for us to be bitter people. So make sure that you know it's safe. Now, watch this part, y'all. Moving on from bitter requires forgiveness. You have to know how to move on. Some of y'all are moving out. Some of y'all are moving to the next person, but you have not moved if you haven't forgave. Because just because you left the relationship don't mean the relationship left you. Just because you broke up don't mean y'all broke up. Some of us carry soul ties that are connected to unforgiveness. Oh man. And so just because I connected with them don't mean I got rid of them. Every time I think about them. Every time I go with somebody else, I be trying to make sure they like them. Men and women. It's a universal thing. If you have not moved on until you forgave, and then sometimes you got to forgive yourself in the relationship, because sometimes we got out of stuff that was probably destiny, but it got rough. And so you chose another option over destiny. If you can't handle rough days, hard days with somebody, and then you want to marry somebody, baby, the men choose by how you handle the hard days. Women choose by how many good days they have. Men be like, I married her because when I had a hard day, she was there for me a certain kind of way. That's how men think. They choose by the hard day. Women choose by the good day. So you need to know how people choose so you know how to navigate. Don't be so quick to go off when you don't know if I'm having a hard day or not. Because we don't communicate about what we're feeling. You're gonna have to ease it out of us. We don't tell everybody everything. So I might be having a hard day and you think it's you and it's not even you. It was never you, it was me. And if you don't know how to navigate that hard day, and then I see you not being consistent, not being considerate, and you're adding to my hard day, then I'm gonna make another day, and it ain't gonna be hard with you. Oh wow. People are making decisions every day to stay or leave, but don't let bitter be a part of your decision. I'm finna say this. Don't be at odds with bitter. If you still feel it, it hasn't healed yet. I'm gonna put that in the comments. If you still feel it, it hasn't healed yet. Y'all quiet tonight. If you still feel it, it hasn't healed yet. I'm over it. You still feel it when you talk about it. Still feel it when you remember it. Bitter is still feeling what has been ended, what has been over. You still feel it. If you still feel it, it has not healed yet. If you have not feel, if you still feel it in any capacity, it hasn't healed yet. Men and women alike, God help me heal what I feel. That should be your prayer as a single person. God help heal what I feel. I know you haven't prayed that before. I haven't really prayed that before, but God, I dare y'all to say it in the comments. God heal what I feel. Oh man. Because if he heals it, then he can help it. And if he can help it, he can bless it. And if he can bless it, then I can go from being bitter to being whole. But if you still feel it, it ain't healed yet. Oh man. I know that hit you hard. It hit me when he told me, when we had a conversation. He said, if you still feel it, it hasn't healed yet. I want y'all to put a 4 in the comments. If you still feel it and it hasn't healed yet. This ain't to judge you. This is to help you, because you got to be honest with you. A lot of us are lying to ourselves and say, I don't feel it, and you still feel it. You don't feel it until somebody reminds you. You don't feel it until you're triggered. You don't feel it until you think about it. You don't feel it until you go to that store or go to that place or smell that cologne, smell that perfume. You are not being honest about what you feel. And then here you go, jumping into another relationship because they're supposed to make you happy. That's a big responsibility that nobody can do. They can't make you happy. You should be happy with them, but you're not. The reason you're happy is not because of them. Ginger, thank you for being honest. Michelle, thank you for being honest. Can I be honest? I'm gonna put a 4 in the comments for myself. You still heal it. You still feel it. And that's from anything. It doesn't mean that you stuck. That just means like I'm guarded behind what I feel. I want y'all to be honest tonight, because some people just don't say nothing. You're gonna guard that heart differently because you feel something that is the residue and it's got you bitter. So you're gonna be like, hey, I ain't gonna trust you until I trust you, and I don't know when that is. Don't be mad at me. I already told you I got a wall up. I already told you this is if you go be with me, you can't do this to me. You can't not text me back. Oh man. Now somebody fall asleep and they don't text you till the next day and you ready to raise hell and heaven. Per individual, whether it's male or female, they can wake up and be like, you called me 47. Somebody got arrested for that. It was on Facebook. They sent 100, like a lot of text, 1,000 text messages. And they must have been threatening the person and harassing the person to the 3rd degree, where they had to arrest them because they did all of these messages. Obviously, somebody wasn't texting them back. Don't be a victim of your own bitter. Somebody put that in the comments for yourself. Don't be a victim of your own bitter, because bitter will have you doing things, saying things, responding to things, acting out, cutting the fool, all behind an emotion that you have not dealt with. Bitter is an unresolved emotion. It's a left undone emotion. It's an untreated infection. Oh man. Untreated infection spreads. Untreated infection swells. Untreated infection starts to affect other stuff. You thinking it's your leg hurt. No, it's bitter affecting your body. It's an untreated infection. It comes to make you feel bad. And it comes not to heal you, but to hurt you. Bitter was never designed to be in you. It's toxic to your life. It's toxic to your journey. It's toxic to your relationship. It's toxic to hope, because you hope to be better than you are. Bitter will attack your hope and kill your hope if you let it. Because some of us hope to be married. Some of us hope to be together. But the hope for it, it'll take the try out of trying. Because when you have an infection, you have to have a spiritual antibiotic to take care of this thing that is killing your hope. It gives you a fever when you have an infection. And it's a sign. The fever is a sign that I'm fighting something that I don't know how to deal with. The body itself naturally gives itself a fever to turn up the heat on the infection so that the infection dies so the body can live. The only fever that people don't deal with is bitter fever. Oh man, I hope somebody heard what I just said. The only fever that people don't deal with is a bitter fever, Brother Courtney. Bitter fever is a fever that you don't check it with a thermostat, you check it with the communication. Oh man. Somebody said, if you don't know what they're saying when they're saying something, then keep listening. Some of us don't listen to what they said. They might have cussed you out. They might have went off on you. But what did they say when they said it? Is this bitter fever? Have they turned up their intensity on what they're dealing with? Bitter fever comes in the form of anger and wrath and rage. Bitter fever doesn't walk away. It confronts negatively. Oh man. Bitter fever will make people look at you like that person is crazy. Bitter fever, when you get a fever, it makes you delusional. It makes you paranoid. It makes you second guess everything. It makes you overthink. How many of y'all, how many of us are dealing with bitter fever? Oh man, bitter fever is treatable only by prayer. Prayer is the antibiotic for bitter fever. If you don't pray about it, God can't deal with it. Oh man. And you know, they when my nephew gets sick and he gets a fever, they immediately go to the ER because he's a baby. He's young, and so his body can't handle what an adult body can handle. But even adults have to go to the ER when they can't break the fever. Some of us have not gone to the singles ER and went to prayer about our singleness and our bitter fever, and we're wondering why we're delusional, wonder why we're acting out, and wonder why we are so angry at being single. You're angry because you have bitter fever. Somebody be honest, say, God, I don't want no more bitter fever. I don't want no more bitter fever. I don't want any more bitter fever. I don't want any more bitter fever. I don't want it. I don't need it. It doesn't profit me anything to have bitter fever. It doesn't help me to have bitter fever. I'm not healthy if I got bitter fever. Somebody put it in the comments. You're not whole until you're healed. You're not whole until you're healed. So, two whole people get married, not two broken people get married. Now, if two broken people get married, they're going to trauma bond. Two whole people are going to build a home. You got to get whole so you can be whole for the whole person that's coming. Everybody should have shouted right there. Everybody should have got excited right there. There's a whole person coming to you. There's a whole person. If you're a man, you're going to find a whole wife. If you're a woman, you're going to find a whole husband. There is a whole person coming to you. I used to say as a little kid, they a whole lot. They a whole mess. They got a whole house, you know. But are you a whole person? Are you complete? Are you lacking nothing in your ability to be in covenant relationship, committed relationship? You got to ask yourself, has bitter kept me from being whole? All these years I blamed bitter, but I made a choice to be bitter, and I have not confronted my wholeness. I haven't embraced my wholeness. I ain't even prayed to be whole. I've just been walking around bitter and broken. Oh man. Somebody say B&B. Ooh. Some of y'all walking around B&B. You gonna start when you start dating people and getting in a relationship, you gonna say, oh, they B&B. What does that mean? Bitter and broken? Don't nobody want nobody that's a B&B. A bitter and broken person. You ain't just bitter, you broken. You ain't just broken, you're bitter. You ain't just bitter, you're broken. And you ain't just broken, you're bitter. That's two different things. I got to build you and I got to get the infection out. Sounds like a lot of work. Sounds like a lot of energy. Sounds like a lot of prayer. Sounds like a lot of sacrifice. Love can fix bitter, and love can heal broken. I'm going to say that one more time for everybody in the room. Love can fix bitter, and love can heal broken. But bitter has to say it wants help. And broken has to say, I want to be healed. If you don't have the conversation with God about your bitter and your broken, you will find yourself still sick and still broken. Before you get in your next relationship, before you go on a date, God, help me not to be bitter and broken. Heal my broken and fix my bitter. That ought to be the prayer, so you're not at odds with bitter, because bitter means that I let this rejection and this anger sit too long. If you let milk stay in the refrigerator past its expiration date, it spoils. Spoiled milk is a physical representation of bitter. It stinks and it's not good. It's not healthy to drink it. It even tastes funny. Don't ask me how I know. I know. It tastes funny. It lets you know this ain't good. And if you keep drinking it, it will make you sick. If you drink too much of it, it'll make you deadly sick. It's not meant to consume. It's be meant to throw out. And some of us have not thrown out the bitter. It's an easy fix. You can go replace a relationship. You can get another spouse if you get divorced. You can get another boo if you break up. But if you don't throw out bitter, you won't never have the permanent. You'll always have the temporary. Mighty God. Now, this word I want everybody to say, I am better. Go ahead, put that in the comments. I am better. Better and bitter are very similar to each other. Bitter is spelled B-I-T-T-E-R. Better is spelled B-E-T-T-R. They are very similar to each other. They almost sound the same. Bitter, better. Different vowels, I and E. Better means I've taken action against bitter and not just confession. Some people say, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. No, better shows people I'm good, shows you that I'm good. I've taken action. I have not stayed in the mess I created. Oh, man. Why would you sit in a dirty chair with white clothes on and get up and be mad because your clothes are dirty? The chair was dirty. You sat in bitter. Bitter will stain you. Okay, they don't want to talk tonight. Bitter will stain you. So better means I take action. I'm not gonna sit in the seat, and if I do have to sit down, I'm gonna cover this chair up with something so I can sit properly without being affected. Because sometimes we're in situations that God has you sitting in, but He doesn't want you affected. So I met a person that was not equally yoked. I'm working through the details to determine if this is my assignment or if this is my exit. And so you're working through some things, but I don't want you to affect it. If it's not your assignment, I don't want you to think it's your assignment. And if it isn't your assignment, I want you to find your exit. But either way, I don't want you affected. Oh, man. Somebody needs to declare this out of your own mouth. I won't be affected by what I had to sit in. Some people had to sit until God said, let it go. They had to sit until they realized what they were dealing with. I wasn't dealing with a person. I was dealing with a demon. And so you had to sit until you realize what you were dealing with. You were so blinded by the love, blinded by the lust, blinded by the attraction, blinded by the good days that you didn't see the bad days, blinded by it was comfortable. Some of us have been blind to something. I couldn't see it. People tried to tell me I couldn't hear it. I was blind and I was deaf to a lot of things. And so when God says, okay, now you have to experience it through taste. The Lord says, taste and see that the Lord is good. Sometimes we tasted and seen that the relationship was not good. We had to experience another sense to get some sense. So I couldn't see it, I couldn't hear it, but then when I began to taste it, I found out it wasn't right. Just like that spoiled milk in the refrigerator. Sometimes you can't smell it if you're used to it. You know something in the refrigerator staying. And you try to figure out what it is, but you don't think it's the milk. And then so you go to the milk that's in the back, or the milk that you've been looking over because I hadn't used it in a while. It's sometimes the dates say one thing, but the smell says something else. It don't look expired, but baby, it's expired. It's when you experience it. Hey, Bishop, it's good to see you. Uh, uh, it's when you experience it that you know that, hey, this expert, I know the date says one thing, but the taste says another thing. My experience with something expired lets me know it's expired soon as I experience it. So many times you got bitter because you stayed with something that was expired. You let it expire, right? You let it consume you. You let it stay there, and we stayed with it. And now that you're bitter, you walked away with a sickness from overconsumption of something that was expired. Bitter comes from overconsuming something that's expired. Okay. Thank you, Bishop. See, when you get on, you encourage me. So I felt encouraged, but I also felt the Holy Ghost at the same time. So bitter comes from over consuming something that's expired. And when you over consume something expired, not only are you full, but you're sick. And you know the worst thing you can do is overeat. Because what used to be satisfying is now causing you symptoms of being unsatisfied. Satisfaction turns into dissatisfaction when you have overconsumed. I don't care how good that macaroni and cheese is. If I eat too much of it as a bariatric patient, my body's going to let me know you can't eat too more of it. If I continue to do it, I'm going to throw it up. And then if I don't throw it up, I'm going to feel it until it digests the whole way. I'm not going to be able to sleep right. I ain't going to be able to lay right. I ain't going to be able to walk right. I'm going to feel horrible. I'm going to feel nauseous. I'm going to do all of those things until it releases me. Oh, my God. Some of y'all won't feel better about what made you bitter until it releases you. Wait a minute. I thought I had to release it. No, you have to tell what's in you to release you. Oh man, I'm finna go somewhere. Because you thought that because you broke up, it released you. No. Until it doesn't live in you, it hasn't released you. Oh man. Until you don't have the cycle of remembering it and depressing yourself, it has not released you. Until you forgive it for real, it has not released you. It releases you when it has no reason to stay. The Bible says, don't make room for the devil. Bitter is a seed of the devil, and it comes in to be in your life to grow and to expand, but it does not do anything to flourish in your life. It does everything. It's just like weeds in the grass and the flower. The weeds confuse you because they look like they're growing. It looks like the plant is growing, but really it's sucking the life out of what's supposed to live. Bitter is like a weed in between things that are trying to grow. And it begins to consume the life that you're supposed to have. And pretty soon all you see is the weeds, and you can't tell where the plant is. So you have to go in there and dig it out. Oh. And if you don't dig it out, it's gonna get worse. If you don't dig it out, it's going to get worse. And pretty soon the plant will die and the weed will live. Some people have lived to the point where they only live bitter. Where you're supposed to be better has died. Oh, it's been overconsumed by the root and the spirit of bitter, which comes from Satan. It does not come from God. And you let a relationship change your whole perspective on life. There's more to life than a boo and a bang. And Valentine's Day that's coming up, by the way. And so if your whole life is relationship based and it's not anything else, in order for you to be whole, Adam was already at work before Eve came. Adam had a place to stay. Adam had food in the refrigerator. Adam had a whole garden. Adam had a whole job. Adam had a whole bank account. Adam had a whole lifestyle. Adam was good with Adam. And Eve was an addition. Baby, if Adam needed Eve, Eve wouldn't be good to Adam. Some people are in relationship because they need the person to be good to them, but God was already good to Adam. So when Eve came along, he just shared the goodness that God gave him. I'm ready to share the goodness that God gave me. Y'all don't want to have church. So if you're in a relationship, you got to be coming together with God has been good to you, so you want to share the goodness. But some people are looking to leech and not to share. I'm finna go. Justira, I see you in the building. That's my sister from Shreveport. Yes, it is. Listen, if you can't find nobody, now I'm like this. The only thing I realize share with somebody is my own food on my own plate. I will buy two before I share my plate. I'm just funny like that. I don't like nobody digging in my plate. I just don't like it. But I don't mind sharing what I have. But once I put my fork in it, that's where we draw the line. Doesn't mean that I don't want to share. I share from the top. Y'all don't want to have church. If you're in a relationship, you should be sharing from the top. I'm not going to share from the need. I'm going to share from the top. You should be so good that you can share from the top. Before I even eat, here's your portion. Before I make my plate, I'm making your plate. Why? Because there's more than enough for us. But some people want people to live out of their need and their necessity. And you mad at them because they share from their need and they should be sharing from their top. When you're bitter, you don't share at all. Oh my God. You only leech, you don't share. You refuse to be in a place to share. But then you want love, but you can't share love. Bitter will have you confused on how you treat people. It will cause you to mistreat when you should be sharing. And it will cause you to share when you should not be sharing. It confuses your lifestyle to make choices and decisions about destiny with wrong people. Remember, when you have bitter fever, I don't know if you heard this, Bishop, but I'm going to tell you again. When you have bitter fever, it elevates your temperature to be hot so that you can drive the fever out, the infection out. But this is the thing. If it goes untreated, you get delirious in your decision making. You get paranoid. And eventually, people are going to say something is wrong with you because the body has given you signs that something's wrong and you ignored them. So now everybody else has to tell you something's wrong with you. They touch your head and they say, "Ooh, that's a fever." You might not recognize it because you're already hot, but somebody else has to recognize it. It's just like God. He talks to you first. You ignore him, and then he sends you somebody else. So I want to tell you that I'm somebody else. Sent to you by God to tell you that bitter will give you a fever called bitter fever. And you don't want that. Watch this. This is my last point, and then I'm going to give y'all 2 relationship goals. My last point is titles are earned and should not be freely given. When you say this is my destiny partner, when you say this is my fiance, this is my boo, this is my bae, this is my friend. How many people didn't say this just my friend? Okay. And then you get mad because they say, you call me your friend. I thought I was your girlfriend. I thought I was your boyfriend. It's a title, but it's not easily given. Maybe he's trying to see. Maybe she's trying to see. Vetting allows me to give you the title because you earned it, not because you deserve it off the top. Some people want the title without the test. Everybody that works in a professional field, they have to take a certification. In HR, we have to take a SHRM. You can operate in HR, but if you get a SHRM, they got to pay you more because you've passed the test. When you go to be a nurse, you got to take that nursing test to even get certified so you can qualify for the job. To be a lawyer, you have to take the LSAT to get into the school, and you got to take the bar exam to get out of the school. Some people haven't taken a test to even get on the date, but you let them in. Just everybody come on. You don't need to take a test. You don't get the title without the test. How you treat me will let me know if you deserve the title or not of boyfriend, girlfriend. And that's not biblical. I want to help some people. Ruth and Boaz weren't boyfriend and girlfriend. They dated, but then next thing you know, they got married. They courted. They had an opportunity. Esther went to the king, spent one night with the king. He was all into her, and shortly thereafter, they got married. Can I tell the single something? You are entering a season called shortly thereafter. Oh, man. After you are tested, shortly thereafter, you will get the blessing. Some people on this live, you won't be dating long. Because after you've been tested in this vetting season, shortly thereafter, I come to prophesy tonight. Shortly thereafter this live, you'll be in the place of better and not bitter. Two things I'm going to leave you with: relationship goals. A relationship with God and communication with God will help you have the right relationship with your spouse that's coming shortly thereafter. Build your relationship with God now, so that when things pop off in your relationship, I'm going to talk to God about this, and I'm not going to go off on you about this, because I'm going to have to go to God to make sure I'm not the problem. If I am the problem, fix it. If they are the problem, fix it. If we're the problem, fix it. Or if it's the devil, or if it's something else, he knows better than I know. So I have to make sure that my relationship with him is solid before I go reach for another relationship. Because if you can't manage your God relationship, how are you going to manage your natural relationship? Because if God loves you enough to give his own son, and you get mad at God because you don't get your own way, then you're going to act a fool with something he's blessed you with. Gifts without relationship won't be respected. You give somebody $1 million, they might thank you, but if you're in a relationship with somebody and you gave them $1 million, they will not only thank you, but they're going to show you their gratitude. People have a problem showing their gratitude to people they don't know. They might say, oh, a stranger blessed me with this, but they ain't going to go back and talk to that stranger. But if it's somebody they know, they're going to be like, that's my, we locked in. You got to lock in with God, and God lock in with you before you lock in with somebody else. Adam knew God before God said it's not good for you to be alone. Let me create a spouse for you. God creates our spouse. I'm about to go, because you're looking for something that may not be created. I'm not saying that they wasn't born yet, but you're looking. You need God. What did you create for me? Oh man, who did you create for me? When you thought about me, who did you think about that was aligned with my destiny? Who is my equally yoked person? Who did you create for me? He made two to make one flesh. Y'all don't want to have church. He took Adam's rib and gave it back to him through Eve. Adam didn't miss the rib because the rib walked with him. The rib went to sleep with him. The rib started giving them children. Baby said somebody, you need to tell somebody, the rib works. Ooh, some people have ribs that they chose, but there's a rib that was created. Oh man. And Adam's rib was created. Even when Eve had a conversation with the serpent, which was the devil, and they made a mistake, Adam didn't divorce her. Now he blamed her, but he stayed with her. He ain't put her away. He said, I'm gonna stay with you. And then shortly thereafter, there go that word again. Shortly thereafter, they begin to have kids. Cain, Abel. Of course, there was some drama in that. And then they had Seth. And then they had 9 other kids after that. If you read that Bible, it's real good. They had daughters and sons. The first 3 kids were sons, but then they had daughters. Tell somebody, say, the relationship isn't just about you. Your children will be your children will be blessed by the destiny partner. I don't care if it's a blended family, there will be a blessing. I don't care if it's you don't have no kids and come together, it will be a blessing. And those people that are struggling with, like, I never had kids before and I want to have kids, this is my revelation. I got this from, I didn't get this, but I saw this happen for somebody I know. They went into a relationship. They were divorced. They were divorced for 7 years. They just started giving everything to God. It was like, hey, I'm going to operate in my purpose. God called me to preach. I'm going to preach. I'm going to just do everything I can. I'm going to encourage singles while I'm single. I believe God so much that this single ministry that I got is going to turn into a marriage ministry. And I'm going to give it to God. I'm cool with the fact they told this woman, she said, I'm cool with the fact I can't have kids. I tried to have kids before. I can't have kids. She married her husband. Her husband is a pastor, and she married her husband. And she was like, she said she wasn't gonna do it anymore because she was married to a pastor before. She met this man. They were friends. They weren't even, like that. It was like, hey, we run in the same circle. Sometimes we see each other at programs. It's cool. That's my friend. Like, cool. We cool. Well, their friendship grew, and then they got together. And she was like, you already got 2 kids, so you ain't gonna put no pressure on me to have kids. But she wanted to have a kid. She wasn't thinking nothing. She was just being married. Tell me why they got a baby. The doctor told her she cannot have a child. And her husband said, I know you said you was good, but because you have the desire, I'm going to pray and ask God to anoint my seed. They have a miracle baby. She didn't have no complications. She didn't have no setback. She had a natural birth at an age where it's high risk. And that baby is her own baby. She didn't have to share a blessing. Nothing wrong with sharing the blessing of having other children. But God gave her something that came from her. He touched her barren spot. I need somebody to say, God will touch the barren spot. He'll touch the thing that they say won't work and make it work. You're not counted out. Single is a moment in time. But shortly thereafter, Chestier, you ought to say it. Shortly thereafter, I will be in the relationship and the marriage that I desire, because I'm going to do the work on not being bitter, work on bitter so I can be better. Change that I to E. I is pride. E is Emmanuel, God with us. Change the I to E. I'm going to include God. I'm going to be with God. When I go on a date, God go on a date with me. God, don't let me waste my time with people that ain't... Don't even let me waste my time. If it ain't gonna work, don't let me sit down and order nothing. I don't even want, Olive Garden is known for giving you breadsticks and salad. You should know by the time next date you go to Olive Garden, because at least you can eat breadsticks and a salad. By the time you eat that salad and a breadstick, you should know if there should be a part 2 to this rendezvous. Get you some breadsticks and salad. Some of y'all need to just get breadsticks and salad. Just go and get you some breadsticks and salad. I ain't even finna order the chicken masala this time, or the tour Italy, or the Alfredo. And some of y'all cook Alfredo at home and then go to Olive Garden and order Alfredo. You ain't sick of Alfredo? You ain't finna Alfredo me to death. Cook something else. Anyway, back on topic. For me, I desire a woman that can cook more than chicken Alfredo. And I should know how to cook chicken Alfredo. I don't, but I'm going to learn because I want to be whole. Listen, my last relationship goal: understand love and how you want to be loved. Some people don't even know how they want to be loved, and then they want somebody to figure you out, and you ain't figured you out. Drop the mic. You sit up here talking about, I want to be loved, I want to be married, but you don't even know what you want. You don't know what you want until you get it, and then when you get it, you really don't know what you want. Oh man, you like, I want you to call me every day. Then they start calling you. Why are you calling me? I want you to check on me. Okay. I want you to tell me I'm beautiful. I want you to tell me I'm handsome. I want you to encourage me. And then, you don't want that. And then so I just want to be left alone. Okay, you don't know what you want. Let me tell you something. Learn what love is. Love is not getting what you want. Love is having somebody that knows how to love you. I know how to love you when you're all over the place. I know how to love you when you're in the sound mind. I know how to love you when you're emotional. And I know how to love you when you are acting a fool. Somebody that can handle you in every phase of your life is love. Love doesn't come to expose you. It comes to help. It comes to cover you. If you can't cover me, you don't deserve me. Because I'm not going to always be 100% perfect. But can you rock with me on my bad days? I told you, men make decisions on the bad days. Hey, this is somebody I can go through a bad day with. This is somebody I can go through life with. Yeah. I'm done. Any questions in the room? Any questions in the room about single? About dealing with bitter? Any questions in the room? And I keep hearing this shortly thereafter. I don't know about somebody, but I need to tell y'all there will be some weddings shortly thereafter. Oh my God. You're going to meet somebody shortly thereafter this. Not just somebody, but the right somebody. Equally yoked. Equally yoked. I don't care if y'all been together 27 years. Like I saw somebody, they've been engaged for 21 years. Y'all might know Penny from the Proud Family. Kyla Pratt from 101. One of my favorite actresses. She was good. And I always thought, because she played that role in 101, like her daddy taught her, this is what you need from a man. This is what you need from a man. So she played this character. And then now, why you with somebody for 21 years that's engaged? They don't want to be married. And you okay with it. But you got engaged. So that means you wanted to be married. At some point, somebody need to get married. Even the government be like, in order to get the full benefit package of marriage, where you get tax breaks, discounts and stuff, there is a business to the marriage. There's a blessing on marriage. So that's why shacking up don't work. Oh, there's a blessing of marriage that even the government pays attention to. Even your benefits at your job pay attention to. Even when your credit pays attention to it. Your insurance pays attention to it. Why don't you pay attention to it? Oh. Pay attention to what the blessing is. The Bible says that when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing. As far as the woman, she's a good thing to him, but he obtains favor from the Lord. The Lord gives favor to the family, not just the man. When two become one, it don't matter if they're crazy, if they saved or unsaved. God looks at it like this: there's favor on the family. He blesses the entire family with favor behind two people becoming one. Some of us are missing the blessing of favor because we're bitter and not better. There's a blessing in being married. I don't want to just be married to post it on Facebook. I don't want to just be married to say I did something and check it off the list. Now my life is complete. No, there's more to it than just that. There's an economic blessing that's on it. There is a spiritual blessing that's on it. That God pays attention to marriages. That's why I say don't mistreat your wife. Don't mistreat your husband. The parameters of it is that I used it, I created it. Marriage didn't come from the devil, it didn't come from man. It wasn't a bill that was passed. It was a spiritual blessing that was inherited from God. He set it in motion. He created it. And he talks about it in Genesis. In the beginning, with the word, when he created the heavens and the earth, he created man, that he instituted marriage. If it was important in the creation, it's important in your now. It's important to me that people understand what God means marriage to be. It's not designer bags, trips and gifts, and anniversaries where you go to an expensive restaurant and dress up and do a photo shoot. It's not just having kids. It's not just having legal sex. Some people want to have legal sex, but you already having. Leave it alone, Pastor Sage. Leave it alone. Anyway, so I said I was going to behave. I cut up yesterday, but I said I was going to behave today. And I'm not judging nobody. I'm just saying, like, some people get married it sound good, but it really is good. It don't just have a sound. It's good all the way through. But when you marry something that's not what God designed or created for you, or you marry somebody that's unequally yoked, it will cause bitter to be upon you. Don't let an unequal yoke cause you to be bitter. I know a person right now. They have the potential to be so much further in their life, but they married somebody that only had the capacity for high school love and not adult life. And because they are high school sweethearts, she's still dating somebody that's in high school that never had the capacity to go beyond where that is. And they have kids. They seem to be happy, but she's restricted in her greatness because of who she chose as her lifetime partner. And she's just now stepping into something that she could have had 20 years ago. It took her 20 years of restriction to get to the place that could have been promised 16 years ago. I don't have time to waste it. And I won't be restricted when there's favor on the family. Okay, that's it. That's it. Listen, somebody put the Cash App in the comments if you want to sow into what God is doing through God's People International Church. Listen, this was Singles Ministry Night. I need your feedback. What is it that you liked the most about what was said? Did you learn something? Was it good? Is it worth coming back? Let us know. I know we've had to make some transition. I'm leading the Singles Ministry now, currently until we get some extra helpers to come in. But guess what? I will help you through this process. And God, I believe God has anointed me for this single thing because I have been single for 12 years. And when I say single, not married, because some of y'all be like, are you single? I'm not married. Okay. Let me help the folks out because people trying to figure stuff out, say stuff, do stuff. All right. Mama Turner got a question. She said, address dating multiple people, please. Okay. So this for grown folks. I'm just going to say. Grown folks. Okay. Spiritually mature people. Some people can't handle it. Some people are not mature enough to date more than one person. I will say this, right? You dated more than one person over your lifespan, right? And so dating multiple people at the same time, you may have somebody that asks you out on a date and then somebody else asks you out on a date. I've been in a situation where I had two interests, right? I think everybody is so relationship oriented that we want to jump into a relationship and we don't date. And then we find ourselves singles because we get in a relationship and be like, this ain't somebody I want. So I'm saying this, go slow to go fast, right? When you're dating, it's not the expectation of marriage off the rip. It's more so, who are you? Who is God to you? I think if we take the time to be more intentional in finding out who this person is, more than can this person marry me, then we can get better. And that's from a male and a female perspective, because I think men rush. I think women rush. I think that is nothing wrong with, because you're not, now if you're in a relationship with somebody, let me be clear, you shouldn't be dating nobody else. But if you don't have a commitment with that person and that person doesn't have a commitment with you, and you go out to eat with somebody on Friday and then go out to eat with somebody else on Saturday, there's not a commitment. There's you went out to eat with somebody, and people should be mature enough in the beginning to say, hey, I am dating somebody and I'm going to date you too. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, if you want to have a relationship with me, you need to say that, right? Because if you don't tell somebody how you feel and you just expect them to know, like nobody's telekinetic like that to be reading minds on a daily basis where I just know. It don't say that Jesus read people's mind every day. He read people's mind in certain situations, but he wasn't like, I'm finna scan your mind today. So my thing is that people, a closed mouth don't get fed, and conversation and communication is the key to success. You want to be successful in your relationship, communicate. Hey, by the way, I'm dating, and I know you're probably dating. If you see that this is going somewhere, you need to let me know, because I'm probably going to be going out to eat tomorrow with somebody else. Like, I want to commit. I'm looking for a commitment, but I'm in the vetting process, right? That nobody has my attention. Nobody I'm in a relationship. I'm not in committed to anybody. I'm single, like super single, right? This super single. And I'm also super grown. But I think that communication and being honest. Now, when you be as deceptive and you got somebody thinking that y'all in a relationship and you dating somebody, oh, we just dating. No, you ain't say that from the beginning. You was telling me all kind of stuff and all this other stuff. Now you talking about we dating. I'm confused. You confused. We confused. Don't play with people's feelings. And don't play with your time. If you know that you not, right now I'm dating. Be honest with people. I'm dating right now. I will go on a date with you. Let's see where it goes. Hey, I enjoyed our time together. Let's go out again. Great. But some people be trying to have relationships after 3 days. Oh, I dated him twice. I dated her twice. And then all of a sudden y'all boot up. How? Um, Realistically, in a week. Now, there are special circumstances, right? Like if you know, you know. But again, not likely in 3 days. Jesus got up in 3 days. If you do that, just know with surety if this is a God thing. I'm pretty sure Adam and Eve didn't have no dating. They ain't date long. First of all, God created her for him. There's no question who his wife was. He was introduced to her as Eve. He even named her. He said, she's so good to me, I'm gonna call her woman. Because she's a man with a womb. She's whoa, man. He was impressed with how she was designed. That was attraction. He knew what she could do. She was there to help him. He knew her spot, but he also knew his place. Some people don't know their spot and they don't know their place. So they had a different kind of synergy. And then Eve didn't have to compete with the animals. She didn't have to compete with his job. She didn't compete with God because she knew her place. He knew his place. Make sure when you're dating somebody, you know your place in their life and in their future. What other questions we have? Pastor Tasha says, if you and the person didn't discuss and agree to exclusivity, then you are free to date other people. Absolutely. But make sure you have a conversation and not assumptions. Because a lot of people assume that we're together, even though nobody said it. And some people assume that they're not together and nobody said it. So make sure that both people have said it. Because you got to communicate while you're dating. Otherwise, when you get married, it's going to be hard to communicate. And if you can't communicate in the dating phase, it's going to be hard. And men love communication. Like a man don't want to guess about what his wife is thinking and knowing. That's why we'd be like, what's wrong with you? Nothing. Oh, a man can't stand that. At least this man can't. Nothing. Nothing. But you want to throw furniture and slam doors. Who has time for that? You doing all this energy. You're doing everything but talking. And then drop subliminal stuff on Facebook. Oh, I wish somebody would do this. Or you say stuff in passing. I wish I knew about that. I wish somebody would do that. Oh, that was nice. Just say what you're saying. Just say what you're saying. Listen, tonight, Did y'all enjoy it? Did y'all enjoy it? Did y'all enjoy it? When y'all come back, put if you enjoyed it and come back, put it together. If there's any questions, I'll take some questions. I'll take a little time to do some questions. I think that us singles need to stick together. We are a support group one to another. If you are interested in being in the singles people chat, oh man, I'm gonna do a group chat, probably a group me, where we can be a part of there and people can put, inspiration or, hey, I feel weak today. Y'all help me. I'm trying to have hope today. If you're interested in being part of the singles chat, drop a 1,000 in the comments and I'll know. You don't have to go to church for this. You don't have to go to God's People Church for this. Us single people need a group, need a safe place to say, hey, today is not a good day, or today is a great day. I'm rocking, or you don't have to tell nobody I met somebody, or da 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 da. But you could be saying, hey, I'm still believing God. Or if we put our code word in there shortly thereafter, like I want to see y'all. I'm gonna celebrate y'all when y'all walk down the aisle. I am. That's what it needs to be. It needs to be support and not hate and jealousy. Yeah. Mama Turner, you put it in there. Everybody put a 1K in there. I will put you in the chat. We're going to do that this week. Secretary Michelle, remind me. Pastor Tasha, remind me too, to get this set up. Thank you, Chester. She said it was good. Blessings. Okay, I don't want to hold y'all too long, but I do want to pray this over you. That bitter no longer has you anymore. Pastor Tasha, I see your 1,000. Bitter no longer has you anymore, and better has found its place in your life. You are no longer dealing with bitter. And this Valentine's Day, whether you have somebody or you don't, you will not be bitter. You will be better. If you're by yourself, go buy yourself a good dinner, dress up in your own house, watch yourself a good movie, and say, I'm practicing for next. Baby, I'm not going to let this day ruin me. If you want chocolate and a bear and some flowers, go buy it. Go order it. Have somebody drop it off and say, look what Bay did. You got to practice for the next. And sometimes your words have power. You say nothing negative about what you don't have and what you wish you have, and why is it everybody else? Everything that comes out of your mouth concerning your future, as far as marriage and relationship and healthy marriage and healthy relationship, needs to be positive. Guard your atmosphere with positivity, because can't nobody break a blessing. I'm telling somebody like that, because God created it as a blessing. The favor is coming, but you got to be ready for the favor. God, prepare me for the favor that is coming through the person you are uniting me with. They may not come in the right package. They may not be light skinned like you like them. They might not be dark skinned like you like them. They might not have what you think. Like, just like I told you about that woman, she began to dress that man up, and he let her. Sometimes you don't know what you need until you get it. Then he was like, oh, I can't go back to dressing like that when I've been dressing like this. She had such an effect on him, he doesn't even trust himself to dress himself. He'd be like, everything I need to wear, I know you're going to put it together. If I think about something, I'm going to ask you. You are now my stylist. I didn't know I needed one till I met you. I didn't know I could look so good. That's what this man say. I didn't even know I could look this good. She had an effect on him that was ever changed. And people be like, now they be like, well, I know you finna step out. I know you finna be right. She elevated his confidence by assisting him with his wardrobe. Is that on the application for marriage? Probably not, but it makes them have a close relationship, because if he trusts her with an outfit, he gonna trust her with the bank card. Tell somebody, say, are you trustworthy? Sometimes you gotta earn that trust. I know she cares for me because she takes her time to make sure that I am presentable. Yeah. So we're letting everybody go. We got the group chat. I'm going to go back to this chat and try to set this up. I want to set this up tomorrow. So I should have some time to do this tomorrow before Bible study. But God bless you. You're graced, your favorite, protected, covered, loved by God, and loved by God's people. Have a great and amazing week. This is going to be the best Valentine's Day you have had. It's going to be one of peace and not bitter. And you're going to be whole and healthy in Jesus' name. Release bitter and tell bitter to release you. You are now free to be better. in Jesus' name. Have a wonderful night. If you're not doing anything tomorrow, we got Bible study tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we love you. God bless you.